Well, welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today is your city administrator, Chad Brecklin. Chad, welcome back to the show. How are you doing, sir?
I am good, Jeremy. How are you doing today?
Well, considering we're coming off kind of a tough weekend in the Wisconsin sports, I'm a little flustered, but and then the rain didn't really help. But other than that,
Just remember, it's
life.
one game for both of those football teams. We'll see what happens moving forward over the next several weeks.
Chad, you and I could probably do a good sports show. I bet that could calm folks. I could be the one that's the hysteric one, and you could be the calm one. It's okay, Jeremy. We'll get them, but no, it'll be good.
I too share your disappointment in how those football games went, but I'm just gonna press pause right now.
It is, yeah. One game, and that's what it's all about. And it's just nice. It's start the fall. Like now I feel like we can talk about fall. Like until that started this weekend, it was hard to really talk about it. Now we're talking fall, and a lot of fun to be had here in Fitchburg. But we'll talk about that in a future interview. We got a couple of items to get to today. First, we'll start with the town of Madison update. Things are getting closer, and the outreach. Got one more big outreach event coming up here next week. We want to talk a little bit about that. But where are we at as far as the town of Madison project and coming together?
Well, we are closing rapidly in on October 31st. It just keeps getting closer and closer as the calendar indicates. And I think staff has done an outstanding job here in Fitchburg, not only with its outreach efforts, of which you are a large and instrumental part of, Jeremy, as well as your cooperation or collaboration with Lisa Sanford on that, but others throughout the city. Our city attorney has been working very closely with Madison city attorney. Our finance director has been working very closely with Madison's finance director, and of course also looping in the town of Madison when appropriate and their staff. And all the things that we've identified, we're continuing to work our way through that list. Well over 200 tasks and issues were identified when we started this process in earnest about a year ago, and we've been able to successfully navigate our way through quite a few of them. Some biggies right now that are out there is obviously our next outreach event in Southdale Park is next Thursday, which I believe is is that the 24th? Or am I too far in advance there? Look at the calendar. 22nd. And that's from 4:30 to 6:30 at Southdale Park. It is one last outreach event here in advance of the attachment on October 31st. But we just sent out some notifications to all of the town property owners about their rezoning of their parcels. A necessary step in the process of attachment is to have the town parcels rezoned to a zoning classification that fits, so to speak, or best fits what the Fitchburg zoning classifications are. And in that mailing regarding the rezoning, we also had some information related to property tax bills, assessments, and refuse recycling collection, and also utility rates, so that folks had some additional information that they could be aware of as that attachment again gets closer and closer. We also have the apportionment agreement working its way into City Council. That begins on Tuesday the 13th, where that is being referred out. And that apportionment agreement is an agreement between the cities of Madison and Fitchburg on how we will divvy up or divide the town of Madison assets and liabilities. So council will be acting on that on the 27th of this month. So many other things going on with the town of Madison. We could probably do several shows just upon the town itself, but those are really some high level things happening right now.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of work behind the scenes to bring together. It doesn't happen very often, so City of Madison as well going through the same steps here, and we seem to be right in the same ballpark as them as well as this finalizes up. After October 31st, all the everything is switched over, and they're part of it, but that doesn't necessarily end the outreach and stuff. We understand that this is still going to be a new, new for everybody. So moving forward, just to keep people engaged and keep them up to date, Chad, what would you give as advice to the new residents as we move on? Because we're not going to forget about you,
No.
but city business does go on, things go on, and we'll keep working with everyone.
Absolutely. We are obviously extensively spending some time in Southdale as a measure of welcoming our new community members and really allowing them an opportunity to learn more about Fitchburg and meet Fitchburg staff. And ultimately, of course, it's not going to be sustainable to maintain that level of outreach that we have had with Southdale in particular. But ideally, we can at least, have some continued outreach in the years moving forward, not just with Southdale, but also identifying ways in which we can connect with other neighborhoods here in Fitchburg and other constituencies. And I would encourage folks to continue to follow our website. You can sign up there for specific updates related to the town of Madison attachment. You'll be notified when anything new is posted there. But we do have a specific section in our website that does talk about the town attachment. Obviously, following our social media sites and Fact TV are other ways in which folks can stay informed about the town of Madison attachment. And as you mentioned, when October 31st comes around, we're not just, all right, we just have 1,400 new residents and about 100 new businesses in Fitchburg. Our town of Madison internal team will continue to be meeting for probably at least a couple, 2-3 months after this attachment takes place, because well, I mentioned, well over 200 tasks and other items that needed to be taken care of and addressed in advance of the attachment. It's likely that something is going to pop up that we just couldn't reasonably anticipate happening. And, we want to be prepared and ready to move and address any of those things that didn't get taken care of in advance.
You are absolutely right. And communication, I think, we have other avenues of communication that haven't been available before to the residents that are coming into Fitchburg. So we're excited to continue to share those resources and get everybody on board and keep asking questions as well. We want to keep getting the information out. And Chad, you're right. We will definitely spend more time talking about this in the future. So appreciate the update on that. Quickly getting into construction, we just had the Cyene Road construction project get going. It's a 2-year project, 2 different phases. Just want to make people aware of what's going on out there.
Yeah, so this year we're working on the section of Cyene Road just south of Lacey Road to just north of East Sherrill Parkway. It's getting started here a little bit later in the construction season than folks might normally be accustomed to, and we anticipate the road closure will run probably through the end of November. Ideally, things will be wrapped up closer to mid-November, but it's possible it could be a little bit longer than that. And that is a reconstruction project of that portion of Cyene Road. And it is likely that there may be some delay in having the traffic signals installed as part of that project due to some supply chain issues. So you may see some stop signs coming back once that project is wrapping up yet this year. And we may need to come back in next year when we've had the materials come in and reinstall that. But obviously the intersection will be all constructed in advance and ready to accommodate those signals so that they can just be set in place. And then 2024 is when we anticipate completing the northern section of South Cyene Road from just north of East Sherrill Parkway up through McCoy Road, which will also involve a reconstruction, likely reconstruction of McCoy and South Cyene intersections. So lots happening. We know that last year there was a resurfacing project out on Cyene Road to the south, and we've got one this year and then one again in 2 years. So 3 out of 4 years having some measure of construction, but there's really an opportunity for us to urbanize, if you will, the section, particularly north of Lacey Road, and make that a much better travel for our motoring public and also others who are using bicycles and pedestrians and so forth.
Yeah, it's basically a rural road being turned into a city street in some fashion, with some safety measures in place for pedestrian, bike, and vehicle traffic. So it's encompassing a lot of different things, a lot of unique things in there. But that area has definitely developed quite a bit in the last few years. Well, several years, not just the last few, but several years. So bringing that forward is all part of it. So we'll keep you up to date on that construction. There is a detail information on the detour as well. And please, that goes through some of the neighborhoods, so slow down as well as you pass through there. Chad, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. We'll check back in, and hopefully all the teams will be 5-0 by the time the next time you and I chat.
Or maybe 5-1.
Well, we're just gonna ignore that first.
You're just blocking that out of your memory, huh?
Yep, exactly. All right, Chad. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You as well.